Hey guys, this is Overtake at Gamescom once again, and we have the hottest news of TDU, the next step for the direct drive market, and a rerun of the Michel and Marvin Simracing competition. So don't miss a bit of it. And with that, welcome back to Overtake. The biggest gaming fest in the world opened its doors once again. And just like last year, me and a couple of my very talented friends were on the hunt for the sim racing factor of the spectacle. Our first stop brought us to NACON, with a lot of hope to hear from its newest flagship title, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. The news around the continuation to the legendary racing series are slowly starting to pick up. After releasing a big livestream with first gameplay, we wanted to hear from creative director Alain Janu how much it means to bring back this amazing franchise.
It means a lot for me, especially because I used to work on the two first opus of the game. This new opus with Kiloton is also a huge game for the company. So we spend many times to reproduce this TDU feeling, which is very important, very particular for the game, and big challenge in terms of technology also. Yeah. Because you know Kiloton made a lot of WRC rally games before, but TDU is a new dimension for video games, racing games, driving games. So it's a lot of challenges to do, also technically speaking.
In an exclusive playtest that we weren't able to film, unfortunately, we received some very insightful information concerning Solar Crown, such as a total car number of around 100 for the game. A full day and night cycle will take around 48 minutes in real time, giving us players the opportunity to explore during both times of day without being stuck too long in them. But those things aside, we wanted to know from Alain what's the biggest argument for TDU in his opinion.
There's lots of aspects that are better or new in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. We talked about physics, but it's very important in Test Drive Unlimited 2, for example. The physics was not very good, in fact. So it was important for this Test Drive Unlimited to have something solid with all the experience we've got from the rally game, for example. The behavior of the car must be perfect. So the physics, if you compare to the other Test Drive Unlimited, is better and deeper, I would say.
And you feel that. What you may not know is that TDU is planning to have scheduled content drops every 3 months, but no season pass. This could mean that we avoid microtransactions, which is always a plus in my book. And of course, fresh content to inhale for us on a regular basis.
Well, it was the first time for us to get a better understanding and more insights to Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. It was quite interesting, right, to see it in motion for the first time.
It's impressive at first, you know, if you see it with the whole world and how it looks like, it impresses you a lot.
It's a one-to-one recreation of Hong Kong, of the whole island, not only the city part, but also environments like forests and the whole island. It's
Exactly.
pretty cool.
I think they still have like a way to go, especially in terms of car physics. There is some space for improvement, but there's still some space until release as well. For example, what I found most interesting, you could clearly see that there's an improvement from now to when they release the live stream.
It looks like they have the base game, they have the map, they have modeled the cars, the details, but they have a lot of work for physics, for driving dynamics, how cars feel on the road, etc. So that's, I think, the major area that they now put work into.
And thankfully, that's not all from NACON. We have another game coming up, Overpass 2, so stay tuned.
With Overpass 2, another title of NACON's dirt racing portfolio releases this September. ATVs and UTVs is the name of the game, with parkours and races en masse to pass the time. With flashy ideas and abstract concepts to the world of driving, this could really be a dark horse in the making, or could it?
All right, guys, Overpass 2 is done, and a rough one, I have to say. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's not only about rough roads, but also about a rough release schedule, because they released the game on 28th of September already. They had 1.5 years of development time, and you kind of feel that.
Yeah.
The scope of this game is a bit limited in terms of gameplay. AI was complete mess.
Yeah, that's
really.
what appeared to me the most when I saw you play.
And also some graphical parts, like when the wheels were moving, it was like kind of shady kind of visuals. So if you look for experience where you go through obstacles and mud and everything, maybe the Mud Runner series or the newly announced Expeditions is maybe the game for you.
So Michel, it's a hard no from you. Yeah, well, from a hard no to hardware, let's jam.
Of course, we couldn't let our hardware fans down. That's why we went out looking for the big surprise on this year's Gamescom rigs. And it came by way of MOZA. At a packed stand of theirs, we wanted to know what the fuzz is all about.
We are announcing our new bundle compatible with Xbox.
Yeah.
It will include the MOZA ES steering wheel, a new wheelbase, which is the R3 that you can see over there, which is wheelbase with 3.9 Newton meters force. And included there's the SRP Lite pedals set as well. And yeah, for us it's a milestone because this is the one a first step in the console world, and we are looking forward for creating more and more products compatible with consoles.
Right.
While we all know just how price efficient MOZA really is, we wanted to know what the new R3 has up on the competition.
The big strength is that now you have another option for the console world for an entry-level setup. For us, it's a good thing to provide options even in the console world.
All right, guys, now that we heard everything about the new R3, it is time to test, and who better to do it than yours truly, so let's get in, yeah? Nani?
Alright guys, this is the MOZA R3. That's the new 3.9 Newton meter base. They almost could name it MOZA R4, but it's the R3. It's also very compact. It's really, you really feel that this is kind of an entry wheel, right? It's very accessible. Feels good so far. Also the pressing buttons, also solid feeling. Let's drive a bit. So the forces, let's see, let's go over some bumps. A good feel for the road, and also if you go like into something, feel it rattling everywhere, and it's just fun driving around here, Forza Horizon 5. Yeah, it's cool to do it with the DriveAct drive actually. And I think for an entry wheel at this point, can get it on a budget. It's a very solid piece of hardware.
Word on that, my friend. And also look at that beautiful trucker wheel. I always wanted to become one. And on Gamescom, every wish can become true.
All right, guys, it's Trucker Marvin here, and we're gonna have a little truck race today, you know? Really being on the road again. Let's go, you ain't nothing but a snake on the roadside, like I used to say.
The big racing question this Gamescom was, what about Forza Motorsport? The answer was a bit of a nothing burger. With Mugello, a new track was announced and more gameplay was presented. No playtest for the public or anything. The 75th anniversary Porsche Xboxes seemed like the bigger highlight.
Yeah guys, we're here at Xbox, and obviously every racing game fan out there wanted some news about Forza Motorsport. Unfortunately, I have to say there's nothing new here. Both Forza and the rivaling, the crew, didn't really bring anything new to Gamescom. So yeah, a little bit disappointed, but what can you do?
My experience of Gamescom so far, absolutely awesome being in Cologne, beautiful weather, got to see the city, but then of course at Gamescom we have some simulator wheels, MOZA, we've tried some top secret, yet to be revealed racing game content on the consoles, and also I've been enjoying some comfortable gaming chairs in particular. Biggest highlight of Gamescom for me so far, I think, was the surprise of some of the MOZA equipment and the pricing of direct drive wheels being reduced. I think that's the biggest surprise from the sim racing perspective at Gamescom.
With PXN, we found an unexpected dime. This Chinese manufacturer had some awesome products pretty far developed and wasn't shy in showing them off. Their flagship article, the PXN V12, can be seen as the opposite to the new MOZA R3, as it is a PlayStation compatible wheel. But also wheelbases, pedals and whole rigs found their way into the Chinese manufacturer's product portfolio.
So, Michel, now that we both had a go with the wheel, what's your opinion?
Yeah, it's interesting. So this PXN, I think it's, I assume it was the V12 Lite with 6 Newton meters direct drive. Yeah, quite interesting. It feels solid, really. I mean, it's a common thing here at Gamescom that all these sim racing rigs are set up not perfectly, right?
Yeah, sure.
So the monitors hang a bit to the side, and so it's a bit of a problem to really judge them. But I think it feels solid. So the question we can't answer right now: how about reliability?
Yeah, sure.
How solid is the technology when you use it for a long time, etc. So this is the most important question for a sim racer. He wants to do endurance racing, right? Yeah, it's definitely a solid product, and I think the price point will be very fair for all the Chinese stuff. Maybe manufacturer to check out.
So even though my lap time wasn't perfect, it's always good to find something unexpected. Thankfully, we do have somewhere where lap time really matters, and that's where we're going now. Guys, yeah, I don't know, my rig was weird, the setup was all weird. It's the only explanation I have why I could ever lose to this guy, but apparently he's such a good sim racer, he now even participates in a race to win some tickets for DTM. I mean, who cares? I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
And with that, welcome to the ADAC Monster Michel Challenge. You can see him focused desperately on that hunt for those DTM tickets to see some real racing once and for all. You can see him making steady progress throughout that field. Oh my god, I was so tense, I was feeling it, and I mean GamerMuscle behind me. But he's making such good progress, such a clean racer, onto P2. And he's trying to make a move. He's trying to make a move. It looks good. He gets a better exit. Oh my god, 2 minutes to go. Every muscle in my body is contracting at the same time. He's on the outside. He has more speed. It looks like he's making it stick. P1, everyone. P1. P1. He gets shunted. Oh my god, look at me. Realizing that he absolutely got killed into T2 of Austria Spielberg. Well, I guess that's it, but yeah.
I mean, it's one of those exhibition races where the racecraft and also the referees are not like following the rules.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's fine.
Just for explanation, you got shunted, right?
I got shunted, yeah, a bit. I mean, it's still complicated, right? He totally deserved it. He was pretty clean. He led the race, kept out of trouble. So did I, but then we had this final clash and I was the loser of it. Second place, I mean, still great. Still feeling good, still had fun, so that's how it is.
So guys, we're unfortunately at the end of our Gamescom journey for Overtake 2023. We've seen a lot of things. Michel, what's your verdict?
Yeah, it was another great adventure with you, Marvin. So after Amsterdam, it was a busy August for us. And Gamescom was, I have mixed feelings because Disappointing part is that we haven't had a lot of hands-ons, like actual new games that we could try, aside from Overpass 2 maybe, but that wasn't too exciting. And otherwise, it's nice to see that sim racing and this feeling and racing in general plays a huge role in the grand scheme of gaming as well, because you see a lot of booths here. They have a sim racing rig, a sim racing competition, not only ADAC that we have seen, but there's also Eraser and others.
Yeah, likewise. I have the same feeling. I feel like a lot of exhibitors use sim racing because they understand how fun it is for the casual player to just do it at a booth. So yeah, it's basically you perfectly nailed it. And if you want to see a little bit more action we did here in Cologne, you can click on the karting video you're pretty much seeing right now on screen. Thank you so much for watching from Michel and me, and until next time, cheerio.
Nice day, bye-bye.